you tell us how long you've been saying, hey?
Ever since I was a little baby.
The Parkers is one of the most funny and entertaining sitcoms to air during the boom of the black sitcom in the mid-90s to early 2000s. And as a kid, I loved this show. I never missed an episode. But now as an adult, watching this show back, I now realize the Parkers have the worst ending in sitcom history. Let me explain. For 5 years, the main story of this entire show was centered around the main character, Nikki Parker, in constant pursuit of the professor in Professor Ogilvy.
Where you going, boo?
Far, far away from you. And for the last time, I am not your boo.
Okay, baby.
And in the last moments of this show, Nikki Parker did finally get her man on her wedding day. In the most anticlimactic way possible. A different world, Dwayne Wayne and Whitley Gilbert, this was not. Nikki Parker is a smart, ambitious, courageous woman who decided to go to college after raising her daughter for 18 years, mostly as a single parent. She also is talented, funny, yet for some reason, she cannot stop stalking this one man in Professor Ogilvy. Nikki Parker was made to look desperate and low-key pathetic during the duration of this show.
You know you can't get away from me.
Leave me alone. Loon.
But what's even sadder is Nikki Parker had a lot going for herself. She did not have to be portrayed as someone who needed a man and needed to pursue one particular man. Especially when that man is, how would we say this back in the 90s? A bugaboo, trifling, a scrub, corny, and overall, all around,
you disloyal, fool-ass, bitch-made punk.
Now you might be saying, I'm a little bit harsh. You might be a little bit extra. Professor Ogilvy wasn't that bad. And you were right if you were talking about season 1 Professor Ogilvy. Season 1 Professor Ogilvy was a decent guy. A pretty nice guy. Yeah, still a little corny. But at least he was decent.
You know, Miss Parker, sometimes less is more.
Too much salt?
No. What I'm saying is, you don't have to come on so strong. You know, you're an exceptional woman who has accomplished a lot in the face of great odds.
Yes, I will marry you.
You're missing my point.
No, I get it. Don't push so hard.
But from seasons 2 to 5, he was unbearable, unhinged.
Hey, Professor Ogilvy.
What now? Hey, can't I get through one day without hearing your voice?
I just wanted to say hi.
Well, you said it. Now be gone.
But I just want to talk.
Beat it!
Completely money hungry, ignorant, a simp for any woman that gave him any type of attention. So much so that he almost lost his life by this gold digger who tried to get his money when he inherited money from his dead uncle.
But you're not going to get away with it because I'm going to stop you if it's the last thing I do.
You? Please. I have buried 4 husbands and collected their insurance and have gotten away with it.
Everyone, I want to introduce you to my new wife, Mrs. Stanley Ogilvy.
Yet Nikki Parker to the rescue had to save his life. Not to mention the time that he got fired.
Sorry, Stanley, but the board has decided to, well, let you go.
Are you crazy? They can't fire me.
And Nikki Parker did everything in her power to get his job back.
I'm sure I don't have to tell you the importance of discretion in this matter.
Well, Dean, Perhaps we should discuss it and how it relates to getting the professor his job back.
Oh, that's blackmail.
No, that's love.
Nikki Parker, time and time again, always looked out for Professor Ogilvy, but the favor was never returned.
Hey, boo.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but that's actually music to my ears. Miss Parker, I don't know how to thank you.
Well, I thought...
And I want to keep it that way.
And I'm not talking romantically, I'm just talking as a friend. The favor was never returned. The friendship, the energy was never returned. And the funny part is, speaking of when Professor Ogilvy was fired, Nikki Parker and Professor Ogilvy did actually hook up.
Is this the part when you kick me out?
Not tonight.
Yeah, they had one night of passion. Now others might call it, but hey, tomato tilapia.
Message!
Oh, did I mention that Nikki Parker also faked a pregnancy to coerce Professor Ogilvy to marry her? Which he almost did?
What do they see in you?
Yeah. Which brings us back to this being the most toxic relationship ever. This was not funny. This was not kiki. This was not jokey. This was sad. This relationship will make Bobby and Whitney look like Barack and Michelle. This is how bad this relationship was. And the punchline was always how Professor Ogilvy did not want Nikki Parker. And it makes me sad. But what's even more sad is Nikki Parker had chances at true happiness. She had chances to actually be with someone who loved her, respected her, held her up, lifted her. But every damn time she had a chance at true love, all of a sudden Professor Ogilvy would have a change of heart and want to be with Nikki Parker.
Is it too much to ask for just one day apiece?
Hey, Professor. Woody, have you seen Kim?
No, I haven't seen her.
Oh, okay, thank you.
More than wonderful, more than amazing, the irreplaceable love of my life.
I know it was a little deceptive, but my heart was in the right place. I just wanted you to know how I felt.
Sorry, Professor, but I got a man.
But I love you!
You've been great, really great. And my head is saying Kenny, but my heart is saying Stanley.
I see.
I'm sorry, Kenny. I didn't mean to hurt you.
So what did Nikki Parker do? She ends her relationship with whatever guy she's with to try to get back with Professor Ogilvy, only for Ogilvy to once again treat her like trash. I just don't understand this emotional connection Professor Ogilvy had over Nikki Parker. I mean, I'm not on a DL or nothing like that, but it's not like he looked like anything. But like he just wasn't that dude. He wasn't him. Know what I mean? Like what was it that she just could not get over this man? She acted like she was back in college, like she was in the high school days. I just don't get it. They had no type of foundation, no type of rooted friendship. Which brings me to the final episode. Thanks to Nikki's real best friend in Andell, rest in peace Andell, Nikki actually found a man that they not only had similar interests, but built a true friendship, which led to a real relationship, which led to an engagement.
Nikki,
Baby, these past few weeks have been the happiest of my life. And I realize that I don't want to lose you. Will you marry me? I'm sorry, maybe I'm rushing things. You know, and I don't blame you if you say,
But
you know what I mean? I didn't know, I don't know what I was thinking. We've only known each other a couple of weeks, and
I know,
you know,
but
but I've never felt anything like this before, and I
Would
just...
you shut up? Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I'll marry you.
And although this was done within a span of like a couple weeks, Nikki finally got engaged to this man that was willing to spend the rest of his life with her. True love. Real love. I'm talking about a real love. Meanwhile, Ogilvy is in his apartment by himself, because who would want to be with him, on Nikki's wedding day. Wedding night. Which is supposed to be the most joyous night of a woman's life outside of giving birth. And Professor Ogilvy is playing the fairy godmother or fairy bad witch. I don't remember what she is called. Who is the bitch ass nigga of them all? It is you, Professor Ogilvy's.
I think it's about time you admit that you're in love with Nikki Parker. That's absurd. Oh, really? Then why is it that you spend most every day thinking about her?
Well, because I never know when she's gonna pop up and assault me.
Oh, it must be terrible to have somebody who loves you unconditionally.
Oh, I think I want this woman. What? Now you want her. Oh, how convenient. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I want Nikki Parker now. You know what? Let me go just break up her wedding. Negro what? So Professor Ogilvy breaks up Nikki Parker's wedding. And like a dummy, Nikki once again ditches the guy of her dreams for the guy of her nightmares. I mean, just look at the final moments of the show. Look at Nikki's face. Does that look like somebody that's happy? Does that look like somebody that made the right decision by marrying this goober? Huh? For real. And the only reason why Professor Ogilvy even wanted Nikki Parker in the first place is because she was the only woman to truly treat him like a king, massage his ego, gave him all the attention in the world, who he could completely walk over like the narcissist that he is. And in a perfect world, Nikki Parker would have not gotten with this scrub. Because in a perfect world, Nikki Parker would have known her worth, married the guy of her dreams, and lived happily ever after. While Duke went off to Antarctica to teach the penguins or whatever he was. I don't care what he would have did. It doesn't even matter. Professor Ogilvy's character was complete trash. However, there is a way to where Nikki Parker and Professor do get married, and it would have worked, and it would have been happily ever after. But in order to do that, we have to go all the way back to the beginning, which brings us to our next video of how the Parkers should have ended. Stay tuned.